One of the things I realize is that writing gives boys access to themselves. So, for example, reading gives you access to other people. Writing gives you access to yourself. And so, once you start elevating the boys' identities, that tells them that it is important for them to put their voice on record because every time someone speaks on their behalf, they miss the mark. And these boys become solely responsible for using writing as a tool of protection. That's personally, for their community, for their future, etc. And so always reminding that writing is about putting young men or young boys in contact with themselves. If we don't do that, we're writing for other purposes and you diminish the power of writing.
Wow, I mean, I could pause right there and say, mic drop, I'm done. You're done, right? You dropped the mic because you said it. But do you think that boys, any student, but particularly boys and boys of color, know that writing is that powerful?
I don't think so. One of the things that I think is missed is their own erasure. And so our boys are being erased in so many different ways from the academic disciplines, from professions, from things external to themselves. And writing is one way to avoid being erased because you are always putting your agenda first and foremost. And so when I ask young boys, what is the agenda? That's one of the most difficult questions for them to answer. But writing forces them to reckon with that agenda and say, this is the trajectory we need to accept for ourselves. Otherwise, we will continually be erased in so many different ways. It's often connected to depressing intellectual development. That's all writing is. It's really a form of intellectual development. You
Yeah,
can't write a brilliant piece without brilliance.
yeah.
Very difficult to do.
And I
So
can hear boys saying, or students saying, am I brilliant and in which ways? I mean, you alluded to the whole concept of writing about the universe, but students not knowing about it, yet they're in it. And sometimes, it makes me think about the title of your book. I think one is, writing for their lives and things like that. Like we're living this experience that we don't even quite understand, and so we're here.
yeah, and that's the challenge. And that framing is so very powerful that you just shared. Oftentimes I talk about writing about self, writing about society, writing about how you exist either nationally or globally. And so uh, oftentimes we think about young boys in our country, for example, they don't know how they fit inside the international landscape, but we don't give them that opportunity to do that. And then I ask them to write about their own brains and intelligence. They can't do it. Many of them don't know that the brain weighs 3 pounds. And so once they start getting this information, they're like, wait a minute, I have 3 pounds of power within inside of me. That's a title that emerged from the knowledge. But again, what are those levers that we can begin to use? And so we have to figure out what our rallying points are, rally together to ensure that we are shaping the life outcome trajectories that our communities deserve. I'm Alfred Tatum. I am one who believes in the power of literacy, language, and love to uplift our communities. And it is my hope that you will join us for a powerful conversation that is designed to protect the rights of our children as they move to shape the future and the next generation.